Hi guys, my name is Tushi Nabakyala. I'm an artist, musician, and I've had the most amazing conversation with Big Edna today, and I'm here on my 10 toes to beg you to please catch their series, Being ARTSY, on YouTube. And subscribe, follow, listen to what we had to talk about, and please support. Thank you. Bye-bye.
ARTSY is a web series / podcast where we're having conversations with creative artists, talking about their art form, their life's experiences, and social issues as pertaining to the art. We are redefining the arts, producing knowledge on different art forms, and also in turn fostering a community of creative artists.
Tujaza bakabiwa never conversation osobola omanyano kuyiga ye intention atiwali talina recognition gataba vubuka bamukola tulina mission.
Hi Tushi.
Hi.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be
I've been
here.
saying I'm a bit nervous today because I am such a fan. I'm like, I don't think about your biggest, music or artist. This is mine. This is mine. And like, I'm just like, this is my celeb.
You might end up hating me after.
They said don't meet your idols. Yeah, but no, I think it's cool. Welcome to the show.
Thank
I'm
you.
so glad you took the time to come here.
so glad
I'm
to be
excited.
I'm so glad to be here.
Yeah. You are one of those people in the hip hop industry in this country who have consistently brought it. Like the writing, the craft, the performances, when you do, even if you're elusive,
Yeah.
you're bringing it. It's like 100%. You are one of one.
Thank you.
When was it ever clear to you that this is what I want to do? I'm locked in, let's do this?
You know what's funny? I was in studio someday with Warner and what's his name? Isaiah, the composer.
Okay.
I don't know if you know those two.
I know.
But everyone was saying what they wanted to be growing up.
Okay.
But they all didn't want to do anything with music. Like everyone was saying things that weren't concerning music. And funny enough, I told them, me, ever since I was a kid, I've known I want to do music.
Yeah.
I want to do music. I would see it because I grew up in a household that didn't allow us to listen to secular music for some reason.
That's many households.
But my dad wasn't always at home. So the time where there were no parents, I think the first song I saw and I was like, ooh, I need to do that was Candy Shop. Funny enough.
Hey.
No, is it Candy Shop? It is, what's this 50 song? In the Club.
Oh, in the club.
Go, shorty. Then I also saw, was it Beyonce or Rihanna? It wasn't actually rap. It wasn't a rap song. I would see them on TV and be like, ooh, that looks nice. I think I can do that. But also I used to sing in the choir, the church choir.
Okay.
So I didn't think I would be a rapper. Rapping wasn't in my mind. It was singing. I always knew I'm going to be a singer. When I started going to school and they used to tell us, what do you want to be? I would say, I want to be a singer who reads news, who also is a lawyer.
What?
Yeah, I wanted to be a lawyer who sings, who also presents. I didn't want to be a reporter because my mom used to say a lot that reporters get into like incidents where like you're killed on set or blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, I want to just sit there and read news and that's my job.
Plus, Oluzungululi, whether Oluganda tick, Oluzungu tick.
So I was like, yeah, I want to be a like news reporter.
Yeah. Broadcaster.
Yeah. And then, that's why I did mass communication because I was like, I think I can do all of it at once. Funny thing is, I used to be very optimistic. I don't know what happened. I used to be very optimistic. You couldn't tell me I couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
You couldn't tell me. Because the reason I started to rap was because my brother was rapping. At some point, I wanted to be a singer, so I would do everything singing. My brother was rapping, and I was like, That is so easy. We're talking about singing and you're bringing rap. What are you talking about? All you're doing is talking with rhyme. I can do that. And I did it, and it's something I used to do for fun, but I didn't know I was going to like...
What?
Yeah.
For fun?
Yeah.
It's interesting to...
It was more like a plan B.
Yeah.
When I went for Coca-Cola, after my senior 6, in the vacation, I went for Coca-Cola Rated Next. I think it was the 2nd season. And I went through the first episode. The 2nd episode, I didn't go. So I told myself, if I don't win, I'll stop singing and do rap. When I didn't win, it's exactly what I did.
Wow. It's almost like it's redirected you.
Yeah.
How do you decide? Because you are one of those people who comfortably rap in English, comfortably rap in Uganda, and do it on a level where you're not just dropping a word or a line. You go and go. I feel like your art is just like, it has Toina Chongamba energy, because it's like, it goes, you take it there, and then you take it there, and then you take it there, and it's just like, we can't argue at this point. Is that, were you interested in language? How do you come to be like fluent in both? And also, it's one thing to speak. It's another to write. To perform.
You see, I love poetry. I would say I'm a poet. I've just not performed as a poet. But I love poetry because it was like my getaway. I used to have this book before I even knew what journaling was, because it is when I was older now that I know what journaling is. But when I was younger, I used to have a book that I used to write my music or my poetry in. It was more of a getaway because, honestly, by the way, my childhood has a lot to do with my writing and my rapping, because it was a getaway. Me writing was a getaway. I had to get away from my parents. I didn't like the community I was in. I didn't like the household I was in. So every time I'd go to my bed, it was the writing. I started writing because I used to write these letters that I wished my father would read one day. Like, I was venting, and I'm like, I wish you could do this. So I would read through, and I'm like, no, I shouldn't send this. Let me hide something in it. Like, let me make sure if he finds them, if he's smart enough, that's what I used to say. If he's smart enough, he'll know I'm talking about him. If he doesn't find out, well and good. But like, that's how it started, by the way. It started because we used not to be able to communicate with our parents. Like, we feared him. I feared my father. And in most cases, how we would communicate, even like when you want something from school, or if you want to ask him for something, he will tell you to leave a note on the table. So it was more like, I want this and this. So if you want something very deep that you want to tell him about, that you feel like is needed, you can't really go and face him, because you'll be like, what are you talking about? I don't have time for that. Write a note. Things like that. So that's how I started my writing. It was more like a getaway. It was a getaway. That is why I think up to now I still have that anguish, because I was really an angry child. So I write it with, when I feel deeply. So if I'm to write about something, it has to has to make sense, not for the audience, because I rarely write for the audience. It has to, it's the only way I can express myself, actually. Because I won't say I'm socially anxious, but I would rather be alone writing somewhere. So it is like the only way I can express myself. It's the only way I've known how to, actually. Probably how I was programmed, but like, it's the only way I know how to express myself. If we are talking right now, I feel like I could say so many things that wouldn't really make you understand, but if I wrote it to you, you would know.
That's such a writer thing. But also that's an artist thing. Like, usually, again, as a writer, because you are a writer and you're a really good one, it's like it's a release as well. It's a release, and like you say, again, there's things that you could never articulate, just by speech, that, you have to write down. And I feel like you always, again, when I hear you say, like, I don't just write for just. It's very clear in your, like, the whatever theme to choose, whether it's like a braggadocious song, or whether it's like a general issue that people, or even that excite, like I know a lot of fans are into, like, perform Kamese Tango.
Yeah.
Bana Uganda. But like, so whether it's that, whether it's this, whether it's just, you know, touching on social issues, calling people out, like just like raising social consciousness, your art is a very, like, it's deeply rooted. It's like critical thinking, critical analysis. And so, it then makes sense that you think deeply and you don't just do for doing. When I had started to listen to your music, I was like, oh my God, what have I, throw away everything, clear my calendar, clear my listening calendar for a month. Let's get into this. And where has it been? Why don't, like, I'm always fighting people.
It's funny. Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
I hate all my old music.
What? That is, oh my God.
I feel like it's not me.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you feel like, in the sense that I've evolved and therefore
Yes, I've evolved so much. I can now be myself. Then I was scared of being judged. I was scared of really expressing myself the way I was. And then when I finished my vacation, I entered the music industry in a time that was very weird. When you ask about how I do Luganda in English, I used not to write any music in Luganda. I didn't even know I could do music in Luganda. When I entered the industry, because I was like, okay, now I'm going to do rap. I need to look for people who are into that same thing. I didn't even know what genres were. I didn't know that hip-hop was a thing. That you know, there's, I hear whatever, 5 elements. Honestly, it's not like I'm trying to differ. There's 5 elements of hip-hop, blah, blah. All I wanted to do was sing. I want to rap. I want to sing. I can do it. That's what I want to do. I want to express myself. I didn't know you have to be like this. You have to move like this. Do this. I didn't know all that. So when I entered the industry, I remember a time where I met Sylvester. It looked like there was beef between Luga flow rappers and people who are doing English rap. Apparently, the people who are doing English rap weren't authentic enough. The Luga flow rappers were saying things like, you know, you have to represent where you come from. You can't be doing things in English. That's Western. That's the Western. But I'm like, wait. So I have to. There's something to prove. And they used to call the English rappers people who are like rich people, because at that time the Navios were and then the Luga rappers were people who were you're ghetto, you're real when you do Luga flow, blah, blah, blah. And I wasn't honestly into any of the beef going on. I didn't care what was going on. But the more I did English rap in the performances that I did, I realized people weren't like really
responding?
Yes, in a way that I wanted. And I'm like, wait, what? Okay, let me write a Luganda song and see how this goes. And then I wrote a Luganda song. I think the first time I wrote a Luganda song was at the boot camp. There was something called the Hip Hop Boot Camp. It's a Bayimba Foundation kind of thing. So I wrote a Luganda song, and I remember even when we performed it there around people, when it's like, hey, oh my gosh, you can do Luganda, that's so nice, you know, you should do Luganda, because these things of doing English, people are not going to get you. Your music's not going to go anywhere. I mean, I'm telling you. Yo. And I'm like, but you people, you don't understand. English is an international language. People will get, at the end of the day, I'm going to go abroad, probably perform music. And I need someone to understand what I'm talking about. As much as, because they used to give me examples of, like, you see Sarkodie, we don't get what he's saying, but we bump to his music. Music doesn't need a language. But I'm like, if you're saying that, then why are you refusing English rappers? So, yeah, it was confusing. Also, they had things whereby you had to have, like, it was more like you had to have a certain clique you move with. Because, like, it was real, by the way. Yeah. That's why I kept to myself the whole time. I would be like, okay, if I reach out to this person's going to be like, ona nyimba za luzungu zokka gwe tetujja kusobola. And then if I reach out to the English, I'm like, where do you? Yeah. So I was like, you know what? Let me just roll with my mentor. Whoever wants to hit me up will hit me up. If I want to work with them, we make music. Because me, all I wanted was to make music.
You're not here for the clicking, for the who is
Banya hip hop, what honestly, by the way, like that, I'm being honest. Who is the greatest hip hop artist? I didn't know most of these people.
Yeah.
I got to know them as I'm learning to, like when I entered the rap industry, just when I'm like, oh, so there's legends, people you're supposed to. You know what's funny?
You're supposed
the
to
the very first rap song I've ever heard was Kanye's "Knock You Down," and that was high school. I swear to you. And I'm like, weak. Okay, I love that song, but I'm like, I can do better.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's why I had it and I'm like, oh, good song. I've loved that song up to now. But I was like, yo, if this is rap, if that's how rap is supposed to be, I'm going to have a very successful career in this thing. Because I know I can do that very perfectly.
And even better.
Yes. Honestly, that's what I used to say. Yes.
Did you find that a part of that you feeling like, okay, I don't want to get into all of this, I just want to do this? Did you find that they needed for you to be accepted as a hip hop artist, you had to like be kind of endorsed or signed off by bigger people, and bigger in the sense of like they're mainstream, they've been doing this for a while?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it did. When I was in high school, I knew there was a group called Airport Taxi. I didn't know there was Taka and all the people. Shout out to Taka HD. But I used to love, I actually thought, I don't know if it's true, I thought they really were like, it was like people who used to work as
driving the airport cab,
but then still rap.
Yeah.
Do you think that's how it is?
I don't think it's true, but I think the name just brings that. You kind of imagine. I think I were talking to Chaka sometime, and I was saying, can you imagine like doing a campaign like that, like airport taxi, but like book an airport taxi, and you might find Martha Smalls, you might find Chaka is driving.
Yes.
I think I see how it can.
I thought that's how it was. But then I was like, I know I'm not going to be in an airport taxi soon, so there's no way I'm going to meet them. But I would be like, in my head, I'm like, the people I know I would want to work with, airport taxi, Navio was on the list, Keiko was on the list. Is there anyone else? At that time, I'm being honest, at that time I don't think there's... Who? The rest, I didn't really know them that much. But then I knew you had to know people like not even only hip hop or rap. Like in the industry, you have to know someone.
Yeah.
I think probably Uganda entertainment industry. Like you have to know someone to make sure your music gets somewhere or you're heard. You can't just, because social media wasn't so much of a thing then, where you just be like, I'm going to do a cover. Then just let it work its magic. Right. You couldn't do that, and maybe people were doing it, but I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
So I feel like you really had to know. You had to be you had to know someone.
Connected.
Yeah, you have to be connected.
So how does that then happen for you? How do you end up going about it?
Yeah.
How do you end up actually putting out music? Kind of creating. I don't even think you create a fan base. I feel like you just listen to Tushi's work and you're just like, but they were all this time. I feel like the fan base creates itself and you just do your thing. But how do you end up just navigating this and figuring out, okay, this is what I'm going to do? And again, as you say, that time, the music from before, you felt like there's a lot you're still trying to figure out, and now getting to this space, what has
So
been?
now what was in my head, I used to be like, you know what, I need to get signed. I need to be signed. Songs Avenue was there, but there was somebody had signed Keiko. Some guy, was it Songs Avenue?
No. So was it before here or when she went to South Africa?
No, when she was still here.
I don't know who
when she was still really making music. She was, I think there's some guy about Jose. I don't know if it's just
Jose
or something.
Just Jose.
It was some guy.
Okay. I don't know. I really don't know. I know
Then
that
I used to know because I wanted to know who I should talk to. Then I used to know, but now I don't remember them. But there was some guy. It was like I want to be signed to the people who signed Keiko maybe, probably Swangs, and I didn't know anyone else. But then I was like, but you know what? I would rather not even be doing it in Uganda. I should make sure I shouldn't do this thing in Uganda. I need to be signed by these big people that everyone is listening to. So I need to make sure I get, but of course I need no contacts like that. So how I got to first get in studio, there was a guy on Facebook that I used to talk to that said he was a producer.
okay.
Because I got to know him from a friend. Like I have a well, I say family friend who was connected to him. So he had told him about, oh, my young sister, by the way, my young sister is trying to be a musician. Da, 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 da. You should see, try and check her out and stuff like that. So that's how we started talking. So, but then I was talking to him. He was still in Denmark or something, and he would keep saying that he's going to come to Uganda and start to like work on music and stuff like that. So then he came, and then I started to produce. But then I used to also text people on Facebook. Like if you're someone, and I used to, because I got to know Sylvester. Now this is what I would do. You see how like you follow someone and they have that's Facebook, and they have like other mutual friends. So I would go to like, let me say those people's accounts, like Navia's account, and I see mutual friends, and then I say add friend. Like to that. I think that's how I even go to see Sylvester. I'll just like add friend. Yeah, this one looks like they're in the industry. Add friend.
Okay.
Add friend. I'll just send friend requests to like people who I feel like would be in circles that I want to be in.
Right.
So, and then I used to text Sylvester a lot that time. I used to text him a lot. But also that friend of mine gave me a number, that audio producer gave me a number of Saino MC. I don't know if you know these people, but like there's a guy called Saino MC who was in that group of like Nelly Said. They were in a group with the Nelly Said and Fassi and all that. So when he sent me Saino's number, I started to like say hi. Then Saino told me about the Luga Flow Ame. I went and sent friend requests to Bana MC, sent Nelly Said, what. Yeah, but then I also used to be talking to Sylvester. I would send him like, you know, messages and be like, yeah, I'm trying to get into the industry. I know how to rap. Like, could you please give me a chance? Maybe anything, like introduce me to other people. I want to start making music, but of course I don't know any studios and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but he hadn't replied. So this guy that I was talking to, the audio producer, tells me about a day that we're supposed to be recording. And then I reach there, and then he's like, before we record, I have to like kiss him, give him a kiss. Also, that's also, by the way, that's also something that I used to hear rumors about, like the industry being very sexual, especially with women and stuff like that. I mean, I used to think maybe it is not that serious. You know, when you're young and hopeful, you'd be thinking, no, I will do it. I won't need to do all that. I'm talented. I won't need to do all that. So he's like, so first come here. Look at you. He's like, you know what I want. First, let's try this. And I'm like, no, I came here to record. Why are you doing this? And apparently this guy was married. And
they always...
I know, right? And he's like, no, I'm not going to do anything to you. I'm not going to do anything bad. You know, we are grown-ups here. You're a big girl. I'm a big boy. I'm not going to do anything you don't like. It's just a kiss. It won't hurt. And I'm like, no, I can't. So I run out of the studio, and then he stays in there. I don't know doing what. Probably I was seated, and then like after 2 hours, he comes and is like, so you're not going to record because of that? Okay, come. You come and record. Come and record. It's fine. Come and record. So I'm nervous, so I don't know. So I start to like, you know, do what I'm like. I start to rap. Then he's like, nah, raise your voice. You know, rappers are aggressive. Like, I want you to use more energy. Like, what are you telling me? You're not telling me anything. Stuff like that. I'm like, okay, fine. And that song wasn't even supposed to be, let me see, I think I remember that song. I don't think anyone has ever heard it. It was called Prove Me Wrong. It wasn't supposed to be like braggadocio and stuff like that, but yeah. Yeah, so I did like that experience. So after recording that song, I didn't really like go back to studio again. I was like, you know what, I need to look for someone that I feel like will allow me make music without me having to spread my legs first. So he said but he used to text me on Facebook, and then I would reply, and he said like, oh, I'm sorry for all of that, blah blah blah. You know, if you want to do music again, we can do, but it's okay. I'm going to send you the other song. So he sent me the song, and I didn't like it. I didn't like how I sounded. I didn't like the production. I didn't like nothing. I'm like, in my head, I was like, I need my song to sound with like very good quality. As much as I hear these other songs that knock you down, it's like, this is not what I'm looking for.
Right.
Keko doesn't sound like this. Her sound is clean. Why am I sounding like this? I know I did better in studio. Why am I sounding like this? So I never really released the song, but he said he was going to release the song on his platforms and stuff like that. So yeah, I entered so I was really like, now I started being very scared of like people. And because in most cases it was rare to find a female figure in the industry that you could be like, oh, please help me.
It's been a while.
Yes. So now Sylvester replies to me and he's like, there's this youth and hip hop bootcamp, blah, blah, blah thing. Because also at that time now I started talking to Nelly said. Nelly said was like, yeah, there's this girl, she's young, she's trying to do rap. I think she has potential, da, da, da. Now I go and I meet with I had to like audition or something to go through to join the foundation and stuff. So now before I did, at that audition, there are guys, because you come and then, do your thing and stuff like that. There are guys who saw me and then they said they wanted to sign me. Some guy, he said he was Jeff Tiwa's brother. So I'm like, okay. And of course, you would hear Jeff and you'd be like,
I dropped that name.
He said he was Jeff Tiwa's brother and stuff like that. And then he's like, I really want to take you far. See, you're very talented. We don't have females like you in Uganda. We don't. You know how they help you up and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, I didn't know how you read contracts, but all I knew is like when something is official, there has to be a contract. So I'm like, yeah. So yeah, you're going to make a contract and you show me, and then I see how to go about it and stuff like that. He's like, no, don't worry. I'm going to go and introduce you to all these people, blah, 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 blah. And then he told me, I know so many good producers. I know Andre. I know these people. They're going to make, do you have any songs out? I'm like, I have one song, but I don't like it. But then I'd already made Bitter Past, actually. Okay. I went to, what is it called? Those studios. Nelly said records from a lot.
I've forgotten.
In Tinder.
Yes, I've forgotten.
Yeah. I made Bitter Past. Yeah, so now when these people saw me, they're like, yeah, this is a good song, but it is a sad song. In Uganda, you need a song that people can relate, like, oh, chukba, bantu baino kuzina. So like, you know what you're going to do? We're going to make this Bitter Past song up tempo. Like, we're going to make it. And I'm like, wait. How are we going to make a crying? So literally, I cried in studio making that song, and then you're going to make it like, hope I get through. But
also, Ugandans get sad. They just like to, escape through.
You know what? Vibe. Nah. He's Jeff Tiwa's brother. He has been. Oh my God. He has been in the industry. He claims to have done all this and that. Yeah. So I allowed. So now they booked. They actually were about the business. They told me, you might be skeptical, because I used to ask a lot of questions. They used to tell me, come through to this place and see these people, but they used to call me at night. So maybe I used to be like, if they call you at night, I think they're trying to do something funny.
Right.
I wouldn't go. Like, no, you know what? He had another friend that had a car that would be like, this guy will be picking you up from wherever you are, and then he will drop you. And he used to do that. And they used not to do, he didn't do anything. They never tried to do anything sexual. So I was like, okay, maybe these people are legit. Now, I remember there's a day I was coming from my little brother's, not confirmation, but it's something like that. I was coming from church. I was putting on a dress. So that's a day he had told me we are going to redo the Bitter Past song, and then also record another song. Because I had said, I've paid this producer. You know the producer, but I'm just not going to mention his name because he's so big in the industry. And he has had so many, there's been so many rumors about him, but I don't want to be the one talking about him. So now they book studio session with the producer. I got to record the song. In the middle of recording, actually, another thing that I can say, I think like most people in the industry, because me, I was new to the industry, they've been knowing who like has weird manners and stuff like that. Because that guy who was supposed to be my manager told me, ono guy alimu omuze gw'okukwatirira abawala. Naye w'olaba nga tandise okukola ekintu ekiri funny, mugambe ndi muganda wo oba mugambe ndi boyfriend wo ajja kuleka. He told me to do anything. Mugambe kati mugambe ekintu like mugambe one of the two.
Why don't you warn him directly? I feel like there's a lot of also complicity in covering up.
Yeah, they cover up for
don't
people.
Call out people, but somehow you're telling their victims to be careful.
Yeah. So we recorded like the first verse, nothing was happening. So I was like, okay, I think he's not going to be funny. It's like, Lichwala no chirunji gwe nkulaba. He started like that. He's like, mwana akuba rap. No, mwana akuba rap. Gono mwana akuba. Manji katunyakala dobozo soko olyongeze. Like you breathe it. So I think he was trying to use that chance to like. He was trying to like touch my boobs, like you have to sing from the stomach, not from here. He uses that chance to like try to touch.
God.
I was in a dress, so like he'd be like, "Oine sambie cheru, chine sambie." So I tell him, "No, don't touch me." So I started getting uncomfortable. I'm like, "No, don't touch me. I'm here to. What are you doing?" It's like, you continue, because there was no booth. The studio was big. There was no booth. He was seated here. The microphone was here. He's here like on the computer and stuff and doing all that stuff. And I'm here recording. So he would like,
oh my God.
I was in a dress. And I'm like, so as I was doing that, I'm like, never in my life am I ever going to go to a studio in a dress. That was the first thing in my head I was saying.
Oh my God.
So I'll be like, no, don't quite a call. Like, I'm married. It's like, I can't married. And the studio, I remember that day, Chosen came in the studio. I think there were people behind who were like staying behind. You know Chosen, the Chosen guy in the TNS, whatever. So like Chosen comes out and he's like, mwala kuba rap, no. So when I was recording Bitter Past, the chorus was a singing part. So when I started singing, they're like, ayimba no kuyimba. Ono sijabu sobolo no. Kati aja mumpele namba yange. Chorus, but I've always never wanted to be the kind of person who is like an option of like, sina nyimbira jangu soko jana studio no, bro, you no, not me.
The Tush not you. Yeah, agreed.
And I'll be like, not me. So I didn't even mind. By the way, I know if it was some other person, they'd be like, hey, I wanted the number. I didn't ask for the number. I didn't even care to ask for the numbers and stuff like. And like there were some men around that were excited that Shiba was coming to the studio and stuff like that. I was not excited because after that session, I was like, I think I need to go back home and start to replan how I'm going to enter this industry because I think I'm doing everything wrong. Because honestly, that day I was like, I think I'm doing things wrong. Things have to change. Things have to change.
Harassment.
Yeah. So then the good thing is when I check my Facebook, Sylvester had like texted and stuff like that. And then when I was introduced to like their community, I never got any other thing like that. Like there was not, everything was flowing. By the way, shout outs to Sylvester.
Shout outs to Sylvester.
Shout outs to Sylvester Kabombo. I have never in my life met someone that is very respectful of art. And the people that I do, like it's not even, and he makes sure you have to be paid for your art. And you know how hard it is to be paid in the hip hop part of everything.
I hear things from these, my
Let me tell you, these are people in the industry like that are doing chidandal and everything. They're complaining, but those people get some command. In hip rap, Okanakuba rap. Let me tell you, even transport sometimes isn't like.
Baba Wayochi, exposure.
Exposure at sana modia. They'll be like exposure, over exposing you to what? But I've also tried because I started early because was under Sylvester's wing. Things he told me, you shouldn't allow people to just like, you know,
Play around.
yeah, play around with you, call you for this and blah blah, unless you're seeing that gig or whatever is adding something to you.
Yes.
If it is not financial, it has to be like putting you on a platform that is something that you really like
Right.
strive for. Then you'll be like, you know what, fuck the money. I will go do it. It's okay.
Yeah.
I'll go expose myself. It's okay. You know, you have to do it willingly, not someone being there and be like, Katola, we have this and this number of followers, exposure. They shouldn't, because you should see the exposure yourself
Right.
before you're confident.
Right.
Yeah, so yeah, I've had so many people like write me off because I'll be like, yeah, I accept the gig, but yeah, let's talk about the money now.
Yeah.
They're like, Tushi, go now. We're going to say, and rap, we are doing it for the cause. Hip hop is for the cause, for the love.
True, but
And I'm
you're
like,
getting some money to put up this thing and say, go and call it. Yes, it's for a cause, but
and I'm like,
artists gotta eat, people. Artists gotta eat.
We need to make merchandise.
Artists gotta eat.
Yeah, we have to remind these people.
Trademarked here.
Artists.
Tushi and Edna.
You get understand.
Kati, Tushi. Soko mbulire. Gundi, babogam, gundi zechi. The bubblegum
rap.
Bubblegum rap. Bubblegum music. Bubblegum.
Those things have changed. When I was starting, you could literally tell what bubblegum was. But now you see people that you feel like are doing bubblegum, but people like goat.
Ngabali kuwa award show.
Goat. So I really, honestly, me, personally, bubblegum is anything that doesn't speak to me. It doesn't speak
Fair.
to me. It doesn't make me shake my head, get up and dance. No,
Make you
not
think.
my type of music. Because different people have different definitions for that. But to me, like, anything I don't understand, like, bro, I'm not trying to listen to your song 1,000 times for me to really get what you are saying. Let me tell you, there's this, funny enough, there's bubblegum that I like.
Okay.
I would call it, but it was one song that I listened to.
Okay.
Do you know that song? Like, I listened to that song, I'm like, this is so stupid, I love it. Do you remember that song? I think it was a Panda song. This is
Yeah.
guy who came at some point.
Yeah.
He would drop things and you're not getting it, but there's a way he would do it so confident and you're like, okay.
Yeah.
I see
There's
what
this
you're doing.
music. What?
Designer.
Yeah. I know that panda. Yeah.
I love that. I love that. I really love that track.
Do you think that? So yes, of course, like you've said lately, especially in hip hop, I've personally, and I've had some conversations with hip hop artists and said, is that hip hop? I've seen people platformed as hip hop artists, and I'm just like, okay, granted, like what do I know? What am I telling rappers, please? Musonyiwe, but that is not, how is that person being platformed as this? And especially because, again, when I listen to Tushi, when I even before we get to the Tushis and the Takas of today, when we like think about Sylvester, you know, like rap gwetwakulirako, rap gwetwali, even before like Keko comes and we're like, oh my God, where,
Yes,
you know,
yeah.
the rap was, you know, rapping.
It was rapping.
It was rapping. Then today, it's kind of like, whether it's a bit of chidandalized, and I also have a little bit of grace. I guess I try for people, because bagamba kino kye kitunda gatamu kabita kali chidandali, then get a chidandali artist onto it. I guess if they want to, you know, sell and perform.
Yeah.
But then there's also like kids who are doing like really, who have the potential, who I think have the potential for the rap, but like the contents of the lyrical content itself, like it's either like the writing is not there. And I think honestly, when you say you're a poet, I'm like, absolutely. I feel like a big part of hip hop is also like language.
Yeah.
And then language is to like to write, it's to reflect, and writing is a reflection.
Yeah.
Naye,
That's what I used to think as well. That's what I used to read. That's what Sylvester told me. Like, you know how you know this is rap, this is hip hop, this is hip hop. It's like everything, like your writing has to be.
right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, it has to be on point and stuff like that. I mean, I think, like you said, these days with power, you can get away with everything.
Is there a shortage of abantu bagamba mbu ba new school there's not enough mentoring, if that is, and I also dislike that term because in the ways it's often used that can be patronizing.
What do you mean? New
In
school
terms of
enough mentoring.
If someone was coming up in your time, the time you're coming up, and there's a Sylvester in place, and then someone is coming up and there is who is this guy? Why am I forgetting his name? Yeah, like this, there's like spaces where it's like, there's a sort of a community where you're being taught, embraced, and also allowed to kind of, the boot camp season to showcase your art, but also you have people, you have the, Babaluku's, there are people, a lot of people went through Babaluku's school of rap, of hip hop, yeah. Until today, it's just like, well, everybody is like trying to do their thing, and then there's also this amalgam, like you're just adding into crossing over, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, doing with other, say, Chidandali artists, and trying to get some money, whatever the community kind of dissipates, then Nechiberanti, there is no example spaces where...
Honestly, for example, I disagree. I feel like there's a lot
of examples.
There's a lot of examples. People just choose to want the money. Like, they come into the industry straight up, like, gravity akola cent. Sigenda kola rap waba babaluku nga gravity ndaba wali. You get, like, sometimes because people compare, and it depends on what people want in life. Because, yeah, someone is going to come, yes, they could rap, but they want the money. It is for the fame. It is not for anything else. No, manya legacy where fame, I want to be known, jagala kumanyika. So they are going to try to make sure let me tell you, there are so many, up to now there are still workshops and everywhere, by the way.
Yeah.
You could just choose to go and most of them are free. But people don't really want, like, okay, if there's a workshop of like, oh, we are teaching rappers how to like really write their own music, you're going to find a specific number of people. And also, maybe if you're saying for the female side of it, that one I would be like, the female, like there was, at the time I came up, I didn't know any female rapper. As a friend, as a mentor, I didn't know. I got to know ladies like later, after like Sylvester and me being now in the industry introduced me to these people. I didn't know ladies like, I didn't know MC Yala, I didn't know all these people. I knew Keiko, but of course I knew Keiko was signed, so she wouldn't have time to kind of be like, now do this. Also, I feel like I didn't need that, do this and that. When it comes to creating, maybe the music politics, you get the business side of it, I was green, so I needed that. But females in the industry are very few, first of all, and it's rare to find people. If it's for the female part of it, yeah, the examples are very few, very few. And because of, how the industry is, and there's a way sometimes I feel like because the industry is male dominated, especially in rap, if you come out as a female rapper and you're really not that good, they are not really going to take you serious. Like, if you come out and you're a male rapper and you're not that serious, you're not that good, they will start to teach you. Like, they'll be like, choose someone. At least do this like that. But if you're a female, they feel like, they won't give you that time they would give a male rapper, because also they feel like maybe they think rap is for men.
That's so boring.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah, because even like listening to people that would have been my inspirations growing up that are not in Uganda, I never listen to female rappers. I think
Why is
maybe
that?
because I didn't know any.
Okay, yeah. I feel like
I didn't know any. I listened to all the male rappers and they were good, and I'm like, yes,
Guilty as
I am doing that. I'm going to do, and I didn't know any. You get,
Or even the
I
more-
start to know female rappers when Nikki comes up, and then when Nikki comes up, now I'm so interested in rap. That's when I go now old school. I'm starting to know, oh, there's Lauryn Hill, oh, there's the Brat, oh, there's all these people. Now that's when I even start to know the Tupacs and the Biggies after the new school, that wave
Right.
new school.
Yeah,
things
that's
like
the
that.
generation.
Like it takes me back to these people because I didn't know there were people doing this
Yeah.
thing. I knew it was easy, but I'm like, I mean, there are not even people doing that shit. But
Because
so
also
what am I-
who gets the market share of the media share of, if there's fewer women, then there are more guys. And I guess that's why we always knew these guys because they're like whenever it's a conversation in the media, whenever it's chats, who is topping, whenever it's people are talking about hip hop, it's like these names that come up and mostly like.
And I think also because females, it was marketed in a way where females sing, males rap and sing. You get what I'm saying? There's a way it was programmed in a way like, oh, you're a singer, or you because up to now, like let me say family members who don't know me, like people will be like, hey, oh, you artist, or you hey, oyimbira mu band. She's like, no, she raps. Rap? Oh, you wanna kuba rap? Kuba rap? Like, it is still shocking. 2024 is still shocking in Uganda to have a female or females who like literally rap. Yeah, like their life depends on it. It's like, rap.
The level of your artistry, I feel is, like I said, one of one. It's like the kind of, honestly, and again, very biased fun here, but it's the truth. It's if we were, in terms of like rating art, the art, I feel like you're one of one, you're up there. And yet I've been privileged enough to like find spaces where is Tushi going to be? Where is Tushi going to be? And then show up there. And I've listened to some stuff.
Yeah.
Even if you don't like it, but I prefer to be too kolera. And I'm just like, a part of me is like, was very fast, like, why isn't she everywhere? Like, why isn't this music everywhere? But also a part of me is just like, this music is too good to be, this craft is too good to be mainstream. It has to be counterculture. It's not for mainstream culture because, again, mainstream is characterized by a lot of, we have been talking about it, like, just get numbers, vibe, kuba abantu basanyuke, hozambe, bichi, spectacle, which I feel like this is rooted. This is, But I wonder what it is like that's from my perspective as a fan, as a listener, I wonder what it is like for you, because I also think that if you wanted, you would be everywhere. But I also feel like you're very picky, perhaps.
Personally, I would say the reason as to why I am not where, like I'm not in everyone's ears, is I blame that on me.
Yeah.
I think, okay, yes, I told you I'm a perfectionist. There's a lot of production me when I was like getting to a point where I'm like, so many songs I refused to like get out of studio because where I recorded them from, I didn't like the sound. I would rather you keep the song than me sounding like a fool out there. To me, that's what it's like. I think up to now still, there's like the production, there's that production thing. And I love the audio. Like I want to be heard exactly how I intended it to come out. So like there was something with that. So I think that's why it made me relax a bit on the recording and go into studio. And then also, I used to be scared of really rapping about the things that mattered to me. Because I didn't see... You know what's funny? Can I say up to now? Because now I'm recording music that is really who I am, which I can be like, yeah, now I'm proud of these songs because that's exactly who I am. I was waiting for a leader. Like I would sit back and I'm waiting for someone to give me an example, to do the music that I want to be like, you see, she's doing it, she's making something out of it. Yeah, let's you know, I was seated waiting for someone. I would like make these things, like go on ciphers and do this music, but I was doing it, but like, yeah, I'm rapping, but it is not really what I want to rap about.
Is it in terms of, like, again, I said your art earlier is like there's issues, like the depth, there's a critical, you know, or what is the example? What
there's a depth. I think it's because of what I thought my purpose was, what I think my purpose is. Growing up, I think still my childhood, I hated the fact that I didn't have anyone in the Bible as a woman that I wanted to be. And my father used to say, Tata o ye katonda o kunsi. If you don't, because I was rebellious, that is like, oba tompa kitibwa, oba tokola ki, gwe manya nze katonda o kunsi. But then every time I would pray, I would cry because I'm like, you can't, you're God, I love you. You can't be showing this kind of love, but this is not what I think is love. This is pain. This is not what I want Tata wange wokunsi or my God to be. Because if this is what you're giving me, then that means everything I'm reading in the Bible is for nothing, because I'm not seeing anyone. Like, honestly, I would read the Bible where we would go to Sunday school and everything, like, you know, at home, in the evening, there's that part where you start reading, everyone is saying a scripture or something. But I'm like, I want, you know, like how King Solomon, you know, there's no female I want.
Yeah. Who is that?
I wanted that queen, powerful. Like, I wanted someone who would be like my idol, that is like a queen, who nobody like messed with, who handled all these men and they fell to their feet and stuff. There was nothing. And then even the person that was telling me, Yekatona Ngawokunsi, that is not what I wanted. So I actually started questioning the Bible. From that point, I think I never realized it, but I started questioning the Bible from then.
Yeah.
But I was still young, so young, but I never really took that serious. And also, you're growing up in a Christian household, you have no right. Who do you think you are?
Anything.
Who do you think you are?
Yeah.
So I've always wanted to be like an outlet for females. I've always wanted to be like, females are gods. Females do this thing. Females, there's like, I saw so much, like there was no power to the females.
Right.
So from that time, I've always wanted to, when I was young, I used to say, no man is going to marry me. I am going to marry
the man.
Like around 3 men in my household, sit there. Yeah, I was young. But like, I used to say that because I wanted to give power to the fact that a woman is not only supposed to be in the kitchen.
Right.
A woman is not only supposed, because I really didn't have role models that I felt like I want to be like that person. Yes, she's doing it. That means it's possible.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
You're doing it. You're doing it. When I listen to you, like there's like just something. Yes, of course, I'm also like about depth, and I'm like, yes, like let's bring back hip hop. That's about the issues. But like something about like you being a woman and doing it at a level, of course, as also someone who consumes this music, who has consumed for a while.
Yeah.
I can tell, like, I'm like, she's so good, like, none of y'all's face. Like, I mean, I'm just like, it's Tushi and she's a woman. So, like, even that, like, I imagine, and I'm not even, I guess I'm already, like, also a kind of person who is fighting for my own freedoms and other women's freedoms. Yeah. So the point is that I'm not even, I think there are more people who even need it more, who I'm sure when they listen to your music or whenever, you know, maybe some of them have not yet encountered it, that when they do, they would feel that thing. Yeah. And especially because, again, you talk about how in rap, in hip hop, as a hip hop fan, I used to have so much like guilt. I said developing guilt of like, I love this so much, but it's only the guys like that, you know, I'm only, you know, I'm just like, all my playlists are these guys. They are great, I guess, but like, and now it's so good. It brings me so much joy to be like, there's this woman who is not only just a woman being a hip hop artist, she is so good, and this is possible. This is possible, and it may seem like it's just in rap, but generally it just makes my day better. Period.
Thank you.
So I think you're already serving your purpose.
Yeah, now I can completely be like, because I think now I'm even starting to just like relearn. Like I told you, when I was still young, I was so hungry. I was so hungry, but so many things just like dimmed down the light because so much was going on. Like the industry itself is like a whole, you know, we can't really get time to talk about everything but like it's so much. It's so much. You reach a point and you're like, why am I? You forget what you're doing. What am I even? What am I trying to do?
Too difficult.
What is this? What am I trying to? What matters? Why does it matter? Yeah. And you know, besides the industry, you as a person, your personal life, you're having so much. Yeah.
Going on. How do you decompress? Because you're already thinking. You're a thinker. You feel deeply, clearly. It reflects through your music.
Yeah.
It's like thinking about things, and then there is a writing process.
Yeah.
It's one thing. Writing is.
I love writing and I hate it at the same time.
Yes.
Because
Thank you. It is like, it's grueling, especially when you're writing about the kind of things that you write about.
Yeah.
Like when you're writing about, it's not just like, well, I report. That's why you find it boring, but it's also relatively, comparatively easy. This is harder, but it's feeding your soul.
Yeah.
But such a process. It's like, it's a strip down of like thoughts and emotions and, you know, and then you go ahead and record.
Yeah.
And then you're articulating it. And then you perform this. This is a lot on the mind, the mental, emotional health.
Yeah.
You, of course, you give us, as artists do, you give to us and we enjoy and we relate and we reflect.
Yeah.
This is this person who has just produced all of this.
Yeah.
How do they decompress? How do they find their center?
I'll start with the performing bit. I don't honestly find the performing bit stressing because for a long time I've used performance also. Like I feel like I never have to decompress. I feel like also performing is like me decompressing because for a long time, me performing, I always feel like when I'm performing, it's like a cry for help. It's like, is there anyone out there like me? Get me. Are you hearing me?
Yeah.
Like, okay, it's not even about like, maybe I'm trying to create a soul tribe, but it's more like, when I'm performing, it's more like, I am sending you a message.
You're trying to
wherever
connect.
you are. Yes, I'm sending you a message. I'm still alive. I'm doing this thing. Trying, holding on. I hope you're seeing. That's why most of the time when I'm performing, I am into it. Like it's more like
zone. Yeah.
I don't even like talking in the middle of my performances. But I know as a performer I have to do this thing, but I don't like it, but I have to do it. I love to like perform and like just let the music
Leave
speak.
it all out there.
Because it's like a way. It makes me happy, by the way. It makes me happy. Even this time that I've not been performing, I've been like,
I need to get back.
I mean, my son gets a performance at home,
Aww,
but he
lucky.
He can't understand anything, but it feels good to me because it's like I'm sending waves to whoever.
That's all right.
Yeah, to like, yeah, it just fuels me. It makes me feel good also that I'm serving and also that I'm like, you know how, like, let me say, you're sent to Mars and you're the only human there.
With a
and then you keep trying to, like, send signals to, like, yeah, I reached, I'm alive. It is safe to come up here. somebody else come. That's how I feel when I'm performing.
Okay.
That's the intention of my performances. And then the fact that I've told you I feel like I know I've not done the music that I want to do. I just don't. I don't know. I don't even know how to say it. Like, I feel like I've not really.
You've not yet even
Tushi,
scratched the surface.
It's not in a braggadocio way like that, but it's more like Tushi that you listen to, the Tushi that you know. I feel like that's not the Tushi I want you to know. That's not the Tushi I want you to know. So I feel that was also something that actually got me depressed at a point. I was like, what? No, this is not it. Like, people are going. I've received so much love from people for the music, and funny enough, I'm like, you people, you're loving the wrong person. You're loving like an actor, you're loving someone who has to show up because you made the song. Do something about it. Keep pushing. You're the, like how even sometimes you get so many people that are very good in the industry, like the hip hop industry, the male, like let me say the Nelly Saids, so many people, the Myth, those people that like keep pushing you, and they tell you there's not a lot of females out there like you. You have to represent. The girls have to find people they can look up to, blah blah, and then you have to stay strong because now.
I feel like it was partly out of duty, out of the pressure to represent.
Yeah, the pressure gets higher.
And so you've not been centered to just do you.
And remember, I entered this industry not because I want to be a hip hopper or to make music, to just sing and rap, because by the other people don't know I sing, but I love to sing as well. And I literally sing. And then everything comes in. But it's just now that I'm learning. I started, I started like getting into healing.
Okay.
Now that's also another story, because so many things have led to where I can say now that is really like me decompressing, because then I never had because I wasn't even aware.
Right.
Yeah. But now I know when to be like, no, I'm not, no, it doesn't matter. It's okay, they can wait. Because right now, I have people be like, well, wabivako, music, music. It doesn't bother me. If this was told to me then, I would like be in the mirror like, what was wrong with me? I'm so stupid. I'm seated here, and what do I mean? I'm giving myself a break. A break for what? What have I done? I've done nothing. Let me tell you, like I've met some people be like, you know what, you've done a lot, and I'd be like, I've done nothing, girl. I have done also because maybe I had big dreams, and like basing on that, I gave myself, when I was leaving high school, I gave myself like a time frame. I'm like, by the time I'm this age, I'll have to be doing this, and then this. Of course it will work out. It will work out. It always works out. And then if it doesn't work out the way you had planned, and then someone is telling you, like their version of like success is not your success.
Right.
Girl, you don't know what I want. You can't say I've done it. I've done nothing. I have done nothing. Don't tell me. Yeah, so like that. So I wasn't like, growth. Growth helps you. Honestly, I would say me having a child, me having my son, is what has reminded me that at the end of the day, I'm a human being. I'm a human being, and what I used not to see a lot of things. Like I used to be so hard on myself.
Right.
Even by the time I had him, honestly, I say he saved me. He saved me because I was still going down that road. I was still trying. I used to have like so many performances. Before I realized I was pregnant, I had like performances here and there and there. And then I would tell myself, if you don't like the audios, the sound of the music, if you're not going to be recorded, perform. Just perform. Use it. It will help you, at least. It will help you to like release something.
Right.
That's why I would like to be performing almost everywhere. I perform. But it was still a way of escaping. You get what I'm saying? Because as much as I loved it, it had some things that were into it that didn't really like It didn't feed me back as a person because I was using it not for the right purposes. I was using it to run away from myself.
Oh.
Yeah. So when I tell you, if you ask me how I used to like decompress and I'll be like, how I center myself, then I didn't.
Yeah.
Now it's just now that I am learning everything. Like I've been on this like healing journey that I breathe.
So glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Do we feel like, can we no pressure not to be that person? Can we then expect Tushi to be bring
my God.
some stuff?
Oh my God.
Yes.
Yes. Now even because I reached a point where I didn't want to record anymore. I wasn't releasing music. I don't know if you can tell.
Yeah, there's a bit of a...
Yes. No, I wasn't releasing music. I wasn't doing anything. Because even I wasn't writing to things that I really loved and the sounds. And then also, let me say this thing. Also, there's something that used to put me in a box. I think because of how I came out, like the energy I came out with, people had boxed me in as a hardcore hip-hop rapper. So even when someone like, let me say a producer who gets to know you, they want to like work with you, they give you like free studio time and stuff, and they give you beats. They'd give me beats I don't love. I don't like, they'll give me like those old... A lot of people probably will not like this, but I don't like boom bap sound. I don't like the boom. Oh, not that I hate it.
Yeah.
But I love bass. Like I love... Like they'll give me boom bap. You see, like I love kekasera because I made kekasera. But originally, if someone had given me another beat that wasn't kekasera, I would have chosen the other.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now people like, even when people give me projects, they would come and be like, come on, this. They give you something so typically hip hop, and I'm like, you people, I'm better than this. I don't want
to explore. You want to try
something.
something.
Some people would write about you like. Underground, hip hop, whatever. I'm like, I am not underground. Where did I say I'm underground? Stop. So yeah. So that thing also made me so mad. So every time someone would be like, hey, yo, I want to work with you. I want to have something for you. Let me send you a beat. Listen to it. I know it's something. I'm like, I mute. I stopped working because.
Okay.
And I would tell these people, like, this is not. And then sometime a producer was honest with me, Skinny, told me, I know you have that frustration of people giving you all these hard beats because I will tell you my honest truth is I give them to you because you're the only person who can kill it. If I give I give these other people the easy beats because, yes, they will do. But if I leave this and it's sitting on my laptop, no one else is going to rap to it and do something I want. I gave it to you because you're the only person who can. And I'm like, well, that makes sense, but I also love these other things. I love the things that are groovy and stuff. Before, I used to record music, and the process was, like you'd go to studio and you have... I'm still old school whereby I don't use a phone to write.
Yeah.
The book, notebook, So you'd go with your book and you have all these pages full of music you've written, and then you reach there, the producer is like, but Tushi, these people won't understand these things. These Ugandans are not going to... you, first of all, don't go very fast. Second, why the English? Actually, even the producers had something to do with the English rapping. And why is it in English? Then, vibe. You give them the vibe. Give them katika beat nga wechiti. Beat and beat also but college into West Church, you should have things like that. Like I let so many people dictate the path of my music and stuff, but now I can't. And the good thing is now I've met, I know they're not many, but at least now I've met some people who are really who respect the art, who really are ready to work with you, and are also tired of all the shallow music and everything that has to come with it. And yeah. So I'm very, very excited.
We are excited. I'm very excited. I cannot wait.
I'm excited.
We'll be here.
I'm excited. I think I need to also, if people are watching, if they care to watch our episode, I think my demeanor will change because now my true self will probably be something they're not used to or something like that. But
Well, we're all good. We cannot wait for new Tushi music with a new Tushi who is like more grounded and within herself.
It feels good to be me.
Thank you so much for sparing your time and
Thank
coming
you.
here. I'm
Thank
so
you so much.
excited. I'm so happy. I'm so grateful. And keep doing what you do. We'll be here. We'll be here.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hug.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to meet you. I'm glad.
Yes, me too.
Thank you. Thank you.
tujaza bakabiwa never conversation osobola omanya n'okuyiga ye intention ati wali talina recognition ngatabavubuka bamukola tulina mission ARTSY kati girabenga platform egenda okuteeka artist gwe ku form sibyakubuuza mbuno gwe owasaddi ziri interviews babuuza ofumbirwa ddi tujaza bakabiwa never conversation osobola omanya n'okuyiga ye intention ati wali talina recognition